Ladies and gentlemen, it is Skillet coming to you from X4 Foundations. This is not going to be a full episode. This is going to be more of what's going on in the universe. Now, in my life, I am having to move, which has been kind of the mainstay of trying to get things done. This is the last video I will be doing in my current location. I am moving states. So I'm going from Florida to North Carolina. So that's going to be where I am, in the mountains, because it's great. I love it. It's where the channel started itself back in the day. So I guess we're going back to the roots. Who knows? Who knows? But let's get into it, because the updates for this universe, we are only 2 days into this universe. I think 2 days and 7 seconds or whatever. Actually, I don't even know how to tell that time. I'm assuming that 2 is days, this is hours, this is minutes, maybe. 2 hours, 7 minutes. Or 2 days, 7 minutes. And that's an eye. The eye just took down the Talati space yard, or shipyard. They have no ability to make any large vessels, except for the Ministry of Finance now. Argon is trying to push into Zyarth's domain, but Zyarth territory is pretty much intact. I did have to go do some flybys and figure this out, because I felt like the free families were struggling with incursions. I mean, Zyarth should be as well, but Zyarth might have the occasional incursion, but so far they're pretty well maintained. Now that's as far as I got. We did explore more of the universe. Yeah, he's following a Prometheus. We're gonna get that sucker one day. He's exploring. This guy was supposed to be laying down some. Yeah, some satellites. I couldn't think of the word. Hatikva's choice looks like a problem. It looks like a big problem might happen here. We've got a K. The incursions here are pretty powerful. Now, this... Nope, where'd it go? This eye came from Matrix 9. It went through here and in. Its Ks have been decimated, thank God. The incursions that happen here from the ships that do get through now are ever increasing, which tells me they might actually have a station. You know what? Let's find out. They don't. We only have the 2 stations there. 1 station. No stations. No stations being built here either. Which is good. That's good to know. Now, our rep is slowly increasing. We do have 20 with the Talati Company, which we're going to go take care of now. Oh, we got 12 with the Holy Order, which is great, because if I'm going to have a second best anything, it's going to be Paranid, except for the Blast Mortar, which you can get the Blast Mortar with the Ministry of Finance, but it's a lot harder to garner a rep with them. So we can get the Blast Mortar from them, change up some of the weapons that we do use to have more of a devastating effect, especially when it comes down to taking down the Xenon and being very aggressive in defense of sectors. Now, I will say that the current fleet makeup of the Dragons and Balalors is working. It is. Let's get that. Yeah, there we go. It's working. So they've got 2 plasmas, and then 2 Pulse Mark IIs for the Balalors, and then the Dragons. Come on, let me click you. The dragons, except for one, have this makeup. We've got pulse, nun chargers, plasmas. And I think that is a very powerful combo. Especially for out of sector. They do really well. I haven't lost a ship in this tiny little makeshift fleet. They've been able to take down Zyarth. They've been able to take down P's, M's, N's. Probably not a T. But they've been able to do it pretty well and hold off their own. Now we're gonna give this fleet more power. And how are we gonna give that fleet more power? It's all about sustainability. So what did we get? Yeah.
Monitor.
Yeah, we got this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We got this. Now, you might say, for your technical people out there, well, Skillet, that's not Zyarth colors. You are correct. We took this from the Fee families because it was just sitting there, and I said, can I have it? And at first they said no. But then they came around, and they're like, yeah, totally, you can have it. I mean, I murdered them, but we got it now. The mobile equipment dock. I no longer have to micromanage that little fleet. I no longer have to tell them to go repair at equipment dock. As long as they are hurt, they can come here and repair. I will attach it to the fleet. But this is what auxiliary ships are used for. Refit, rearm. Actually, when I say refit, I mean change the weapon out completely. Restock satellites, mines, laser towers. Repair the hull. This is all free. Now, it's all free for the ship, right? You yourself have to, or the auxiliary ship has to have access to what it needs in that sector. Unless things have changed with 6.0 and 6.2, back a while ago, I think about a year ago, we did a video on auxiliary ships alone. And at that time, and I believe it's still true, auxiliary ships take inventory from the sector they're in. Which means they do have a portion of management skill, right? They need a trader. They need that trader to go and do what they need to fill up the stores on the ship. A mobile equipment dock. And this is how we'll be able to keep the power and presence. We can also add to that fleet and expand that power and presence even further. Because, again, I don't have to tell ships to go somewhere else to repair, refit, rearm. I don't. They could just do it right there in the heat of battle or once the battle has ceased to exist. Once the enemy is dead, boom. There we go. Now, how this might work with the mechanic of Zyarth, I'm not entirely sure. Since this is, I believe, a civilian ship and not a military ship, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to treat it, especially when it gets into the fleet. Now, the fleet has been able to take down the Mumbas and Asps. It was a fallen family. It was an aspirator, I think, they killed. They've been able to deal with that pretty easily. They're not coming in numbers, and they do have numbers themselves to overwhelm the enemy. We did lose Balalors in a shipping incident because they were, I think it was five Balalors on a Buffalo to be refit with Talati shields. That got destroyed, so we haven't been able to replenish those numbers yet. But once we do, and if I have, let's see here, let's say resupply, repair. So we can do software free. We can change, oh hey, I can get rid of that. We can get satellites, we can get flares, people, and we can repair. Now again, this is all going to be free for us. And you know what? Let's let's step off this craft. And let's let him go do that. Oh, we already have the Chimera checked. Let's go here, resupply. Do that. Get rid of the guided missiles. Confirm.
I'll wait for you to tell me to take off.
Dock and wait. There you go. Take off. So I will be adding that to the fleet, and then once I get settled in my new location, we will totally do a video all about that. But it's been a while since I came to you guys, so I wanted to reach out. I wanted to give you updates because this series is still going. Time has passed. We're still moving along. Oh. And I know I caught some flack. In one of the other videos saying, I thought this is going to be a split-only playthrough. Yeah, sir, ma'am, everybody that also questioned that. It's true, but we have the constraints of this universe. And right now, to help try to supplement some things, I do have eyes on... I can't even read that. Buck Nemesis and other ships to help battle. Because the split ships aren't end-all be-all the best ships. They're not. You can look at some other videos from me. The She is probably one of the greatest AI ships. But you also have other benefits for other craft as well. Like the Nemesis versus the Dragon. More sustainability for more health, things like that. We do have our own little fleet, though. We call it legitimate salvage. Now, we do have 2 Eclipses. We do have a Minotaur Raider. We got a Kukri. I know he doesn't technically fit with the rest of these. And a Discover Sentinel. What we also have from the Terrans is a Nimcha, who is technically He's my scout. We're going to explore that one. He's been doing most of my scouting for me. Actually, let's remove that. Let's take a look into here to see how the split are faring, and then we'll pop up into this northwestern sector of the universe. And we'll see how the Paranid are doing there. Kind of get a better idea. But that's going to be our little update. We're moving along. We've lost some assets. We've gained some assets. Zyarth's still alive. Free families are still alive. And we're making money. Our stations are up and going. The only one that's not really making a lot is the Talati energy producer. And that's because it doesn't have traders attached to it. If it had traders attached to it, we'd be making a little more money. Or maybe I just cut down the cost of the energy cell itself, and maybe I'll sell more because I'm probably fully stocked in that station. Now, the Xenon presence is expanding in Hatikva's Choice. They are getting into Family Takur, they are getting into Family Zen, and I believe Family Newt. Was it Family Newt? No, it was Zyarth's Dominion 1. So there is slow expansions. There has been an eye. He's wreaked havoc. There's only going to be more eyes coming from Hatikva's Choice. So, this is Skillet, signing out in my last video in this location. I have enjoyed you guys so far. It's been a lovely time in this area in South Florida. But bigger things, newer things are on the horizon. And once I get settled, I will see you guys again. I'll try to make it a special episode. How about that? But Skillet's signing out for now. I'll see you guys again.